Welcome back to Foodies and Friends on Fox Local. This is the show. If you want to find a new place to dine out here in Houston, or you want to find out, what some new dishes are, Fox Local is your source. You can download it from your smart TV or your iPhone. We are at a new restaurant. You guys don't know who this guy is. I just met him. Billy Trainor. We're here in the Lower Heights area, Washington. What was that other HEB designation you threw out?
Buffalo Heights, Washington Corridor, South Heights. It's got a few different names. Rice Military.
Look for the HEB. Yeah. You're going to find the restaurant. Yeah. But, Good God Nadine's. Where the heck did that name come from?
That came from my dear departed Aunt Kathleen. We called her Kathy. Yeah. She passed away about 6 years ago. And it was something that she said all the time. It was a very common utterance. And so you'll notice that the catchphrase sort of below our logo says food, drinks, and mild cursing. And it's sort of in honor of her.
Place.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
I thought that was a high five.
Yeah. He didn't even know it. We get a little spicy on the show. It's a good thing that,
It's a mark of intelligence, I've been told.
Okay. Well, there you go. But y'all have
it was something that she said all the time.
Okay.
So it's a general purpose curse, sort of, if things are really good or things are really bad. She would say, "Oh, good God, Nadine, this is delicious."
Yeah.
Or she would say, "Oh, good God, Nadine, that guy's a jerk." But it was a general purpose thing. And so when we found this bar and we decided to take it over, we decided we had to name it in her honor.
Good. I like the tagline you chose, and not the "he's the jerk." That would not have been a good restaurant tagline. Exactly. How long have y'all been open?
Just about 10 weeks.
Okay.
So we are brand new.
Really brand new. And you just also completed your rookie season in Houston Restaurant Weeks. Y'all found them just like I found them for Houston Restaurant Weeks. Y'all crushed it.
We did really well. It was a fantastic experience. And we met a lot of new people. And served a lot of places people.
Yeah, so that's amazing. We're so excited to show the diners all of your dishes. All right, let's go right on over to the foodie cam because we've got a lot to talk about here in the Lower Heights area at Good God Nadine's. And you can see the peacock. We're going to talk about that in a little while. Oh my goodness. All right, what are we looking at here?
All right, so that's one of all of our menu is basically designed. We're a bar first concept, and so all of our menu is designed to be shared at the table while you're having a cocktail or a beer or some wine on draft or a frozen. And these are our tom yum cashews. So we start with fresh cashews. They're whole cashews. They're roasted and they're tossed in all the flavors of tom yum, which is that sort of sour soup that is common in Thai cuisine. So they're a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet, a little bit sour, and absolutely delicious. And they kind of represent some of the influences that my partner, Kyle, who's the chef, has from around the world and from Asia, where I spent a long time living. And so they're just kind of a simple nosh, absolutely delicious, and a good way to have something salty while you're enjoying a cocktail.
I love that. I've never heard of tom yum nuts before.
Absolutely. So tom yum soup.
Tom yum soup. Yeah. I've never heard of nuts inspired by the soup before. I mean, that's brilliant. Now, tell everyone, what is Good God Nadine's? When they come here, what kind of dishes can they expect? What kind of, cuisine? What's the culture here?
Sure. So we call it pan Gulf. And pan Gulf. Yeah. And so it's Gulf inspired cuisine, meaning that we have raw oysters on the menu, we have po' boys on the menu, but it's the Gulf of Mexico really broadly interpreted. Anything from the Florida Keys all the way around down to the Yucatan Peninsula, right? And so it allows us to kind of localize the cuisine, but borrow really freely, kind of promiscuously from all the different cultures that exist.
Spicy here.
Yeah, it's a little spicy, Tom yum does have a little bit of kick. It is a Thai flavor profile, and so there's a little bit of spice to it.
These are pretty fantastic.
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
So pan Gulf, like I mentioned, is basically sort of broadly interpreted anything that has to do with the Gulf, and so. Creole cooking, Texas Gulf Coast regional cooking. We use redfish that's here grown, farmed in Texas. We have po' boys on the menu. So it's all very approachable, very accessible food that people in Houston can recognize and love. And that's one of the reasons we had such good results with Houston Restaurant Weeks.
Houston Restaurant Weeks. But you've got your little spice and your little twist that comes from your history. And I think you said you've operated and owned restaurants in Taiwan
Correct.
before.
Yeah, so I still do actually. So my partners run those things now, but I lived in Taipei, Taiwan for about 15 or 16 years. Showed up there as a backpacker just to teach English and ended up staying for a long time. And eventually sort of participated in the growth of a restaurant concept there that's called Toasteria Cafe. It's an all-day cafe, and so I have a pretty long history of experience with owning and operating restaurants, but just not here in Houston. So this is our first venture.
And this is where you're from.
This is where I'm from.
Which is kind of funny because he's owned and operated all over the world, but
Except
this is
here,
10 weeks in,
yeah,
and he started with Houston Restaurant Week.
Yeah.
Listen, we know he knows what he's doing. High five here.
High five, there we go. Okay, we got it this time.
He started. All right, let's go back on over to the foodie cam. We're taking a look at Good God Nadine's fall menu. In case you didn't get out here during Houston Restaurant Weeks, they've got some incredible menus, items, and you can see too, there's a really cool little sign. I want to talk about your drink specials behind there after this food, because what I saw on that little sign made me very, very excited and nostalgic. All right, what are we looking at here, Billy?
Perfect. So, as I mentioned, we feature a lot of po' boys and burgers and things like that on our main courses. It's really a very casual place to eat. It's a little bit dressed up, but is also sort of dressed down. So you can come in flip-flops, or you can come dressed to the nines. And what we have on our main courses is a lot of po' boys. And so this is a debris po' boy, which is a classic New Orleans style braised beef po' boy. We start with really large chunks of beef. They are braised very slowly. And then we serve it on Royal Bakery bread, which is local po' boy bread. That's just
shout out to Royal Bakery.
Shout out to Royal Bakery. They do a fantastic job, and we're so pleased to have their bread as our kind of mainstay for our po' boy program. And then those are hand-cut fries that are fried in beef tallow. So we've kind of become very quickly famous for these fries. They are absolutely fantastic. We start every day with Kennebec potatoes, cut them by hand, and then they are fried twice in beef tallow.
Wow.
So they come out incredibly fluffy interior with a really crispy exterior. They hold up really well. They're great to even eat cold. They're fantastic fries, and so we highly recommend you try those. So it's really just sort of a classic po' boy with fries. As I mentioned, the program here is that you can come and recognize the food and really enjoy it and dig in and not have to worry about standing on ceremony.
Yeah, no, I love that. And you mentioned it is very classic dish. It's a po' boy and it's French fries, and we can get those everywhere around the city, but he just spent 3 or 4 minutes explaining the po' boy and the fries because there is so much detail.
Sure.
The bread, right? Po' boy bread, that's a big deal because
Absolutely.
the po' boys, when the bread is too hard,
it's like up your mouth.
It's like eating a giant crouton.
Yeah.
Who wants to eat a giant
exactly.
crouton? So you're right in all of the research. And then the fries. Y'all know how crazy we are, how crazy I am about fries on this show. And it's something we talk about because there are so many fry wars in kitchens across the city. The stories I hear about, man, we sampled, 37 different fry coatings from all around the world, and they still didn't get it right. And so you went into detail describing we fry them twice. We've got the beef tallow. Like you're not mincing those details because I know how hard it was to come by those details.
Yeah, there's a lot of R&D with that. They nailed it pretty quickly, though. I got to say, we have some really talented guys in the kitchen. My partner Kyle is the chef here, and he's absolutely fantastic. And we decided we wanted to hit the beef tallow fries because they just fry up so spectacularly.
That's the fry.
Absolutely.
And you said it. I didn't believe him when he said it. He's like, "Oh, they're going to be good cold. They're not hot,
right?
But they are darn good now."
They are.
How do you make that happen?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the fact
really are good.
that they are freshly cooked. They are
so no preservative.
No preservative, no nothing. Yeah. No. We start from crates of Kennebec potatoes, which is the perfect potato for frying. Okay. They have a higher starch content, and so they fry a lot fluffier. And then the beef tallow allows us to get that really beautiful golden coating. And one of the things I wanted to call attention to is that the menu itself, we have a lot of kind of nostalgic favorites. The restaurant itself, or the bar, is a little bit of a throwback. It's a little bit of a sort of updated, but sort of antique experience, right?
I'm glad you say that because that's exactly the feeling
Sure.
that I had when I came in.
We want it to be classic. We want it to be, you know, classic highballs and classic drinks that you can get in classic cuisine as well. And with a lot of people, when they try our fries, they're like, oh my God, this brings me back to when I was a kid, because a lot of the fast food chains, notably the one with the big sort of golden M there, traditionally fried their fries in beef tallow. And they changed that in the 80s, I believe. And they don't do it anymore. But a lot of people have it, and they instantly just have this wash of memories coming over them because they feel that nostalgia for when the fries were done in beef tallow. And another thing that we love about it is that beef tallow is made from parts of the cow that otherwise would not be used. And so it really is a sort of responsible way to use all of the cow for even cooking the potatoes.
Yeah. I love that. And I want to just bring your attention, y'all, peacocks. There are peacocks all around this restaurant. And I want to understand the significance. But what's crazy is I wore my hat today with the peacock feathers and I didn't know. And I even match. Yeah. Y'all, my mama, Cleverly Stone, she is above, she is directing. But what's the peacock significance? Because it's beautiful.
Well, we wanted this place to be sort of evocative. It is called Good God Nadine's, and it is sort of in honor of my Aunt Kathy, who's, you know, now departed. And we wanted it to basically be like you were coming to the garden house of your super cool, slightly oddball aunt who tells it like it is, doesn't suffer fools gladly, has a bit of a potty mouth, and will always meet you at the door with a stiff drink. And so my aunt
this is her living room.
It's basically her living room. That's kind of the idea. The interiors are sort of have kind of an influence of bric-a-brac, but they also have a lot of botanical engravings and anatomical engravings and things like that. And so we wanted to bring nature into it, as it's really sort of a garden restaurant with a really beautiful 2-part patio. And so the peacocks really fit in with that theme.
Did you do all of the decorating, or did you have help? Because
the design originally was done by Gin Design Group here in Houston.
Shout out
to Gin. Hey guys, we love you. They did a fantastic job of taking this place from a sort of dark and dingy dive bar into a place that has a lot more light to it, a lot more spirit to it, a lot more style. Then a lot of the interior design, like all the photography and the pictures and stuff, a lot of the choices that we made are just ours internally. And so we sort of did use like that mental image of your cool aunt's house as the kind of guiding ethos of how we did the design.
You guys nailed it. And you just mentioned garden a few times. We're going to get to that in a second, because that is a key piece to this restaurant here that y'all probably don't even know about. I didn't know about, and sure as heck is not what a lot of other restaurants are doing. All right, let's take a look at the foodie cam first.
All right, so this is our hot crab dip. And I mentioned nostalgia when we were sort of initially doing a lot of the R&D for the menu. We wanted it to be as though these were some of the recipes that you might have pulled from a Southern Living magazine in like 1965 when you were wanting to throw a party, right? And so hot crab dip sort of evokes all of those flavors. It's really old school. It has a lot of Old Bay in it. There's fresh dill that we grow at our farm on the north side of Houston as the topper. It's kind of refreshing. But it's sort of a classic hot crab dip that you'd expect to see on, a party menu from sometime in the mid-'60s. We serve it with house fried tortilla chips there, and you can hit it with a little bit of lemon to bring it all together. And it's just unctuous, delicious, kind of cheesy goodness in a bowl.
I'm just very happy. I walked in here, I saw the orange, I saw the peacocks. I knew I was in the right place.
This is your place. This is your vibe.
I was in the right place. And what's so cool too is everything goes together. You've got an amazing patio, really good parking. And in case you guys didn't catch what he said, the farm, the greens, yes, Verde Garden. They have a farm where you're growing hydroponics.
Yep, sure.
And then you're bringing them to the restaurant and serving.
Absolutely, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it's definitely a huge part of our story.
You talk while I drink.
Sure, yeah. It's a huge part of our story. We are the owners and operators of Verdegreens Farms on the north side in Acres Homes. It is a hydroponic farm of 2 acres in size. We have about 16,000 square feet of hydroponic greenhouses where we put out lots and lots of beautiful leafy greens, living lettuces, culinary herbs, oddball stuff that you can't find anywhere. And that all gets incorporated into the menu both here at Good God Nadine's and in the forthcoming restaurant that is attached to Good God Nadine's, which will be called Farm Stand.
Breaking news. Wait,
yes.
What? You're going to open another restaurant?
Absolutely. So this space we're sitting in is actually connected through the kitchen to another restaurant entirely. And that was actually the whole impetus for us doing this project was we were creating a restaurant called Farm Stand. And that was something that we had planned for from the moment we opened the farm in Acres Homes in 2016. So we opened the restaurant the farm with the intention of making a restaurant would be based upon what we grow there.
Oh,
that's coming soon.
And you did it, and you're doing it.
Yeah.
You're succeeding. That's amazing. I love that because it truly is full circle for everyone in it. And it's nice for diners
for sure
to come here and to be able to see that kind of effort that those greens grew down the street, or maybe they grew right there. There's a few other restaurants here in Houston that are able to kind of grow on premise. I know Lucille's has the Lucille's 1913, the farm out there that they use, and they feed children every day. Cultivare has, I remember when they were building Cultivare and they were putting all of that in. It was so cool. So I love that. That's brilliant because it really does speak to your effort in taking care of the diner.
For sure. Yeah. And it is full circle, as you said. It's a sort of a seed to fork concept. And it definitely makes it easier whenever we are trying to come up with the garnishes for our cocktails here at Nadine's.
Yeah.
Because we just have to walk out to the garden here and cut a little bit of basil, or a little bit of mint, and it just comes straight from that.
Speaking of the cocktails and the garnishes, I really just want to pause for a moment.
Sure.
Okay, because this is important. I don't believe I've ever had a drink quite like this in front of me right now.
Great.
And no, I'm very serious about this, Billy. This is, I don't know the name of this drink. Don't tell me what it is.
Okay.
But this is what I'm looking at right now. This is a liquid lemon meringue pie.
Very close. You're very close.
With a lemon crumble. And yes, sirs and ma'ams, this is an actual crumble. I know you may not be able to see it, but there is some breading here, and I don't know what it's made of. Then there's some maybe lemon zest, a little bit of green, something on the top. But y'all, this is dessert. This is a drink. Never have I tried this in my life.
Nadine, this is delicious.
What is it? Good God, Nadine.
For sure.
I am blown away. Seriously, everybody needs to drink this.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back on over to the foodie cam. We're having way too much fun here at Good God Nadine's. I just can't control myself. Oh boy, Billy, what are we looking at?
All right, so this is another specialty of the house, something we're very proud of. This is our house-made OG cornbread. And so this is fantastic stuff. We make the butter in-house. It is cultured butter. So we start with heavy cream, and then we add a little bit of labna, which is an active culture of yogurt, and that adds a bit of bacteria to the mix. We then allow them to ferment for a day or two before we churn it into butter. And what's cool about it, so it's cultured butter, but what's cool about it is that a lot of people don't know this. They would have known this 100 years ago. When you churn butter into butter from cream, the offshoot of that is buttermilk. And so that buttermilk gets folded into the batter for the cornbread itself. And then we top it with pickled turnips that we grow there at the farm on the north side, the cultured butter, which is that beautiful quenelle of house-made butter on top. It's kind of tangy and delicious. And then that is trout roe that kind of festoons the top. So really beautiful, kind of a feast for the eyes as well as a feast for the taste buds. And that's just something that, is for the table to share. And we call that our OG cornbread because we also have another cornbread, which is cheddar and house-made pickled jalapenos as well.
I mean, really if fantastic. Y'all could just, I feel like we just need to include an image right now of me with my jaw on the ground with saliva pouring out of it because everything you just said, that dish is a true work of art. I mean, You guys,
Yep.
thank you.
I mean, ultimately, this is really just cornbread, which is comfort food par excellence. But it is a matter of the details, right? So it is house-made butter. It is
House-made butter, y'all.
house-made cultured
They're
butter.
not going to HEB and getting that Central Market salted butter like I am. You're making it.
Yeah, there's a lot of steps. And then those are pickled turnips that we grow at our farm. They're Hakurai turnips, which are a Japanese-style turnip, which are absolutely fantastic.
Can I taste? I'm going to taste it. Yeah.
Please. And they're pickled.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's some smokiness from the smoked trout roe. There's some tang from the butter. There's a lot of sweetness from local honey in the cornbread,
wow.
and also tang from the buttermilk.
Let me see that bite right there.
Super delicious.
All right, I'm going in. Mmm.
Yeah, it's good.
How? Wait, stop.
Yeah.
All right. Are you using AI or something? Like what?
There's no AI.
How?
There's no AI.
Seriously.
That is just old school technique and attention to details. It's just cornbread with pickled turnips.
It's not just cornbread, y'all.
It's absolutely delicious.
Is this a brunch item, lunch item, or just kind of an overall app?
It's on our menu all the time. It's one of those things that we try to recommend to diners to try first because it's just so special. So it's available all day.
Yeah.
We will be making this into a brunch item though when we open for brunch, which is just a couple of weeks away.
That's what I was going to ask you, because I feel like this is the dish that should be on every table in the restaurant, and it probably is.
We try to make it that way for sure.
Was this on the Houston Restaurant Weeks menu?
It was. And so for Houston Restaurant Weeks, we actually did what amounted to a pick 3. So we did our whole menu available for HRW.
Yeah, perfect.
And that was because we were just brand new. As I mentioned before, we've only been open for about 10 weeks. And so we would have had to, if we had done a brand new menu, we would have had to retrain the staff very quickly, and we didn't even have the plates for it. So we were like, you know what, we're just going to do our whole menu. And that allowed everybody to
And that's a very successful strategy because it gives diners the ability to see all the choices, and it gives them a better chance of finding something that they like.
Yeah. So we were really jazzed whenever people came in with like 5 people, and they could really try the vast majority of the menu.
And then what is this dish or this drink here?
That drink is called the Houstonian, and it's our take on a gin and tonic. It's really herbaceous, and it's made that really remarkable color comes from butterfly pea flowers, which we also grow at the farm. When they are in the presence of acid, in this case lemon juice, they turn purple or blue. And so it's that with a big cinnamon stick, with a wedge of lemon, with lots of other herbaceous things like star anise, and it's really refreshing.
Very nostalgic.
And also very nostalgic.
I'm getting like East Coast, like Slurpee / gelati vibes. All right, back to the foodie cam we go. We've got a few more items to show you guys here at Good God Nadine's.
So we call this Dapper Goat Dairy baked goat cheese, and it's because it comes from our friends at Dapper Goat Dairy in Welder, Texas. Shout out to them. They do an amazing job, and you should check out their website at dappergoatdairy.com because the goats are actually quite dapper. They're super cool looking goats.
Really?
Yeah.
I will certainly be making my way to that website.
And we know them because of the farmers markets that we go to. And so it's a classic baked goat cheese dish. It's really, really gooey and oozy and fantastic and rich. We have candied pecans, and then those larger pieces there are baked grapes. Ooh. It's a southern French preparation where you bake them at a pretty high heat and they kind of shrivel up and get jammy, and then you chill them down again and they kind of decorate and provide a little bit of sweetness to the dish. It's also finished with local honey and house-made focaccia that we of course make here each day fresh. So you spoon it onto that focaccia and it is just a delight.
Billy, you and I are going to be very good friends. We are shriveling up and going jammy because we're baking the grapes. Y'all, I am so excited. I cannot believe these dishes. This guy in the descriptions, y'all are creating some magic here. This is amazing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
diners who want to find you, where can they make reservations?
Okay, so you can come to our website at www.goodgodnadines.com. We are also about to be on Resi, but we are just in the process of that. So don't
What
look for
about
that
social
just for a week.
media?
Social media, we are at Good God Nadines on
All
Instagram.
right, yes. And you've got a
Also on
brunch
Facebook.
coming soon.
Brunch is coming soon.
So keep an eye on their social media.
Yep.
All right, you guys. And you guys keep an eye on Fox Local. It is your destination in Houston. If you want to find a good place to eat or a good drink or meet a brilliant guy like this, high five.
High five.
Congratulations. Thank
All
you
right.
for supporting the Food Bank and Houston
Absolutely.
Restaurant Weeks. Y'all have a great week on. We are going to just drink and eat until we're very happy. See you guys.
Thanks,
You
guys.
want some of this? Here, I know. I've been seeing you look at this.
I
I
do.
know you want some of this. There you go. Get in there. There you go. All right.